Before social media gave public figures control over their own narratives, celebrity culture was shaped almost entirely through photographs and headlines. A single candid image could travel across the world and be interpreted in countless ways, often without context or explanation. In that environment, everyday moments of well-known personalities were frequently turned into stories that felt larger than life. What might have been a brief, ordinary situation could quickly become a widely discussed talking point, shaped more by speculation than reality. Looking back, these moments say as much about the media landscape of the time as they do about the celebrities themselves. Diane Lane's career and public image. Diane Lane has long been respected for her strong screen presence and consistent work in film. From early roles to more mature performances, she built a reputation grounded in talent, discipline, and versatility. Audiences and critics alike have often highlighted her ability to bring emotional depth and authenticity to her characters. Because her career was so closely associated with craft rather than controversy, she was generally viewed through a professional lens. This is part of why any unexpected public attention around her personal life or appearance tended to attract disproportionate interest. The tabloid era and its lens on celebrities. The height of tabloid culture operated under very different norms than today's digital environment. Photographers often followed public figures in hopes of capturing spontaneous images that could be turned into attention-grabbing stories. In many cases, ordinary moments such as walking through public spaces or attending informal events were reframed as dramatic narratives. The emphasis was rarely on accuracy or context, but rather on creating intrigue. Within that system, even minor and unremarkable incidents could be amplified into widely circulated headlines. A candid moment misinterpreted. In Diane Lane's case, a brief and unintended public moment was captured and circulated in a way that emphasized spectacle rather than context. While the situation itself was ordinary and fleeting, the way it was presented in some media outlets gave it a level of attention that far outweighed its significance. This is a clear example of how quickly interpretation can overshadow reality when images are removed from their original setting. It also reflects how easily narratives can form around individuals in the public eye, even when there is no intentional action behind them. Shifting perspectives on privacy and media responsibility. Over time, public understanding of these types of incidents has evolved significantly. There is now greater awareness of privacy, consent, and the responsibility that comes with documenting and sharing images of others. What was once often treated as entertainment is increasingly viewed through a more critical and empathetic lens. People recognize that celebrities, despite their visibility, are still entitled to personal dignity. This shift has encouraged more thoughtful discussions about how stories are framed and why context matters so much in shaping public perception. Legacy beyond headlines. Diane Lane's career ultimately stands far beyond any fleeting moment of media attention. Her body of work continues to be defined by consistent performances, artistic credibility, and longevity in a competitive industry. When revisiting older cultural moments, it becomes clear that temporary headlines rarely reflect the full truth of a person's impact or achievements. Instead, they highlight how easily narratives can be shaped and reshaped over time. Today, these stories serve as reminders of how media culture has changed and why looking at history with a more balanced perspective matters.